The cards speak. Justice listens. Welcome to the unseen. Truth doesn't hide forever, not from the eyes that see. Spirits stir, clues awaken. Let the seeing begin. Behind every crime, a shadow speaks. I'm Lady Zelda. Welcome to Seeing Crime. And hello to each and every one of you. Wait, where am I? Here I am. Hi, my darlings. How are you? Welcome to the show. I am just so happy to have you. Wait a minute. We need a little bit of fire in the fireplace. Am I slacking? No. I've got a show for you tonight. You may want to take some notes because I think these are some things that you're just, there we go. There's the fireplace. There we are. Little Sammy up above there. Hello, my darlings. So happy to see you tonight. First of all, I want to thank each and every one of you for thinking of me and sending me some gifts. Sometimes they don't send the little slips with them. Sometimes they do. So I just want you to know how happy I am that you think of me. And it just means so much. Thank you. Thank you. I got some coffee today, 2 big canisters, and some beignet mix from Aunt BB. I had a cup of that coffee, and that is I'm telling you, that coffee is fantastic. Yes, that was you, my darling. Yes, yes. I had a cup of coffee before we started, and I'm going to tell you, this coffee is loaded. You can't, this is one of these coffees that I just cannot drink straight, right? You're supposed to make it half coffee, half milk, or half cream. I do kind of a canned milk type of thing. That's the consistency that I like. Good Lord, it was wonderful. And holy mackerel. Talk about, oh, yes, I'm flying. I'm flying. Just a minute. Mrs. Marie is in the house. Hello there, Mrs. Marie. So nice to see you with True Oracle. Welcome, welcome. She sent me something, she said, and I've got to see it. So give me a second. You know, I have been busy all day. It seems like doing nothing. Never have one of those days. It just seems like doing nothing. Give me a second. I got to see which email she sent it to because I didn't get it in the one email. Oh, there it is. There it is. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, I can't turn this around, but I'm going to show you. Remember, we had a little contest for the catacomb cards. I'm still going to keep it open because I just think that it is so nice to see each and every one of you and how you put your cards together. Now, I don't put anything on the backs of mine for a purpose because I know that when you watch me, I want your little creative juices to be flowing. But I got to show you this. She said she came across the YouTube channel last fall, bless her, and very, very kind Leslie. She's from Massachusetts. Oh, bless her. And wishing us a lot of love. And she said she ended up going to Staples and made her deck due to technical difficulties. I know that sometimes happens, but they did a nice job. And I'm going to show them to you. Pardon me. I'm going to show them to you. And here they are. Now you're going to have to use your imagination because they're kind of like this. But here we go. And she's got a beautiful cloth bag. behind him. So let me share my screen with you because this is wonderful. And Leslie, if you're in the chat right now, bless you, my darling. This is so creative. Let me show you. Share my screen. Hello, if I can. Here we are. Now, use your imagination because they're on the side and I can't make them up right. Here they are. Here they are. Now, at the top is the card, and what you see on the bottom image is little purple the little purple bag. And what she did was she took the image of the ebook and put them on the back of the catacomb deck. How inventive is that? Let me show you the second image here she's got. That's a little bit better. Isn't that cool? I just think that let me make this a little bigger there for you. Do you not? I just love that. Bravo. Mrs. Marie says absolutely stunning. I think so too. I think so too. So, you know what? I want to do this. I want to give her a round of applause. Here we are. Thank you, Leslie. That there we are. There's another one. How absolutely stunning is that? Thank you so much for sending that through. I just think that is beautiful. And you know what? I love to see how each and every one of you are so creative. So thank you. And I'm going to email you, Leslie, if you're watching. So thank you very much. I got to tell you guys something funny before we get started. And then believe me, wasn't that a great? I'm going to tell you, I think I have the best community on the tubes of you. I know I do. We are. I'm going to tell you what you can do at the UPS store and at Staples. What you do is you upload the images to a USB, a thumb drive, and then or you can email them the link, and they can print them out, and they will put them either on the cardstock. They can do it. I love the creativity. I have the absolute best chat here on the tubes of you. Yes, wonderful. Now I got to tell you something funny. Welcome to all of you, my Zelda knots coming in. I'll tell you what, if I'm going to be involved in a crime community, I got a couple of funny things to tell you. And I told this on the live stream in the Misters live the other night, but I'm going to tell you all. You know, last Monday, I had to take the day. And there's a reason. Watching on the TV, but okay, Sharon, you know what I'm going to do? Thanks for letting me know that. I'm going to put the chat right there, or right there, wherever it decides to come up on. And hello to South Africa coming in. Hello. Look at that. I don't know how that did that, but okay, I'm ready. So first of all, I thought it was last Sunday night, because Saturday night is the night that I saw that movie that they mentioned that particular name of Nancy Guthrie's son-in-law. That was exciting. And also saying that they, someone who commits the M word returns to the scene of the crime. Wolfie. Thank you. Lori, thank you so much, my darlings. Okay. So I had the call with the mister, feeling just kind of nice. And I thought, you know what? This is Saturday night now after I left you all. And I thought, you know what? No, I'm sorry. I lied. Saturday night was the movie night. Sunday night was the night that this happened. So Sunday night, just kind of feeling a little, you know, had my call with the mister. And I told him, I said, you know what? Instead of having the TV on, sometimes it's just too much because I always watch these documentaries and, it's just too much. I said, I'm going to read. And he goes, okay, that sounds good to me. And, we said our goodnights and that was it. So I get out my look at the case to my iPad. You can see that there is a little girl by the name of Sammy who, if I lay this on my bed, will have her way with my, and I need to get another one, but I need to be more careful. So here's what I'm doing, my darlings. I'm up here and I'm holding this because I got my Kindle on my iPad, and I'm holding this like this. The movie is called Woman's World from 1954. There's a link in the one description that I have. So I'm holding it up like this, and I fell asleep. Now, I wear my glasses when I read. I fell asleep, and this, do you see this where I have my pen or my Apple pen? Do you see this? It came, I don't know how, it just dropped on my face. I'm not kidding. I came up out of there like kung fu fighting, man. I thought, the first thing that went through my mind was, oh my God, somebody's in the house and somebody hit me. Instead of, Zelda, you dork, you're reading with a heavy thing and it smashed into your little face. Hello? I could not even see because it hit this eye, the corner of it. I'm like, I couldn't even yell for my son. I mean, it was funny. Now it's funny. But then it was like, what in the absolute heck? Right? So I finally get up. I go to the bathroom, and my eye is blood red from here to here. And just, horrible. It looked like I'd been in a redneck bar, right? So, and it hurt, but it's funny. So that's why I took Monday off because, oh, talk about throb, talk about, oh my gosh, I am lucky that it didn't put my eye out. I mean, my heck. So I was thinking, what am I going to do? Because, see, I don't use my phone because my phone is too small. I feel like, who was that? Little Red Riding Hood. The phone is too small. The iPad's too big. Somebody has to be just right. So now I found my old Fire tablet, which is just perfect. Oh yeah, no, it's okay. You can laugh because I laughed finally, and I found my little Fire tablet that is perfect. And I can prop it up on the side of my bed so if I fall asleep, there's no kung fu fighting happening, going on, anything like that. That's the first funny thing. Tonight, I got to tell you the second funny thing. Because, tonight, is there a problem? There shouldn't be a problem with the Amazon link. There shouldn't be. Let me see if I can grab that for you, my darlings. Let me see if I can grab it. I was walking around the house. Everybody was kung fu fighting. La da 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 da. Those cats were fast as lightning. Right? I got that song in my head because of that. What happened? And of course, the mister doesn't even know what I'm talking about, so that's cool. So anyway, it is what it is. Let me see if I can grab that link. Sometimes, if your browser needs to be cleared, if your browser needs to be, you need to clear the cache in your browser, something like that. Sometimes that happens. So let me see if I can grab that for you, my darlings, and we'll get going here. All right. Let me see. But, you know, I had that song, and then wait till you hear what happened tonight. Oh, I got stories, my darling. There's the wish list. Let me know. It should be up and running. All right. You're gonna love this story. You're gonna love it. So tonight, earlier today, because you know I try to sing a lot, you know, going through the house and everything else, because you know I don't want to be like those old stars that you see on the stage. Not that I'm going to be getting on the stage, but I don't want to be like those old stars that get on the stage and you say, "Oh my gosh, has she not retired yet?" Okay, so every day I try to sing a little bit. Plus, it keeps your voice good and warm, you know, and I always try to warm up before I come on here so I don't sound like I'm chewing a gravel bucket. You know, we've had that before. So I'm singing because of the time of the year. Handel's Messiah is my favorite. Most people sing that at Christmas. I like to sing it at Resurrection Tide, where we are, you know, right now. We are in Passion Week, Holy Week, Lent, whatever you want to say. So I'm singing, I put on Handel's the Hallelujah chorus, and I'm here in all my glory singing Hallelujah, top of my lungs, letting it rip, tater chip. I'm just going. My son is playing, talking to his girlfriend in his bedroom. They're on Discord, they're talking and everything else. And I got to tell you, they showed me that one. Most of you will remember this. Remember Bugs Bunny when he was directing the orchestra and he was in this little tuxedo and he was standing there going like this. They're sending me all these funny memes, and I'm thinking, oh, okay, hello, okay, uh. So, oh, I will sing you happy birthday. Let me, I just starred you, Claudia. So we'll do that. So I'm singing and I'm thinking, wow, I sound pretty good. So then after that, I'm singing another one from Handel, Handel's Messiah. It's called "O Thou That Tellest Good Tidings to Zion." And the hallelujah I sing in the soprano for soprano, and this is an alto. So it's always good to do a little stretch, I think, with your voice. Stretch your vocal cords just a little bit. Don't hurt yourself, right? So I'm singing that and I'm hitting those low notes and everything else. All of a sudden, I hear from upstairs, who, by the way, are the loudest people in the entire universe or in this universe. Up until 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, hold on. Kimberly said, I got an unexpected voice. Thank you for email from Lord Gregor for my order. It made me smile, warmed my heart. It was so thoughtful about, oh, I'm so glad, Kimberly. I'm glad you like that. So, yes, anyone who orders merchandise from Lord Gregor, the Mister's channel, and his he's going to send a voice. We can send voice thanks you. He will send a personalized voice thank you for when you order. Okay, so anyway, so they're the loudest tribe. There's only two of them and a dog, but I say tribe because it sounds like everybody's brother. Well, everybody's brother, dog, and pup, of course. What do I hear? Shut up. Hollering at me to shut up. Now, these are the people upstairs that scream at the top of their lungs and pounding and jumping and I mean, sounding like you've got to call the 911s, right? Well, I what I did was I wrote on Discord to my son and his girlfriend. You would love them. I wrote on there, I said, that upstairs gang just told me to shut up. Because they like it when I sing, and I was singing, letting it, but I was letting it rip, tater chip. It was extra loud, right? I'm going to tell you, I had both hands on the chair, and I was just getting ready to raise up because the wrath of Zelda was going to go outside, and believe me, tangle with me once. So I didn't even get. That's right, how rude as can be. And this guy, the guy is at a university professor? Okay. I don't know what university you went to, pal, but I'll show you mine. So, anyway, I was just getting up. All of the sudden, I hear my son. And I'm not kidding. It was like I was at a high school football game. Now, this included words with the initials M and F and all kinds of things. And I'm sitting here thinking, because he doesn't talk like that, he doesn't. But when it comes to his mama and somebody saying, shut up, oh, and he just kept it on. It was a 5-minute cheer from the bedroom, and that, I can't even do it here. And it's that man voice thing, like that low. He comes out and he says, Mom, can you imagine if Lord Gregor was here? I said, I was just thinking the same thing. He would have gone to my son's room and said, Ian, please follow me. And it would have been up the stairs and it would have been bodies flying. No, no, it wouldn't have been. But I like to think of that. Holy mackerel. He let them have it. And he was pounding out here. And I said, okay, calm down. Calm down. I see that he's my buddy. He will make a wonderful husband. He will make a wonderful father. And they're in there laughing and having a good time. We are working something out. Now, I want you to know this. I know I look a little fuzzy on the edges. I'm trying to work that out because I no longer need a green screen because the mister got me a Mac. And talk about workflow, fantastic. It's like, and that happened the last time that he was here. Got me the Mac, and I have an old Mac laptop from when I went to university in 2000. So I'm constantly going somewhere. I think it was 2015, 2011, 2015, something like that. And I still have the laptop from then. And that poor guy has made me more money. I mean, this laptop, the Mac laptop. And it's made me, I have done so much. I can't even think. Seriously. And just for the heck of it, I might even put on the Hallelujah chorus and let her rip, Tata Chip. I don't want to walk out and have a flat tire. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, so while he was here, he got me this Mac, got me a monitor, got me 2 speakers. I'm so blessed. And got me a new battery, a new something, some type of motherboard, some type of something or other. So I rebuilt the laptop. So I have one of these days I'm going to take a photo and show you my workstation. But see, he knows that I'm the girl who I don't ask, I make do with what I've got. See, I don't complain. I just make do with what I got. It might take me longer forevermore, but I make do with what I got. So I'm working on the fuzz. I tried using the green screen, but I'm still working out that camera green screen ratio type thing. So if you can put up with it, I can too. I'm not here for fuzz. And I don't think you are either. But anyway, my darlings, we are here and I've got a show for you. You're going to like this. Now, we are in, yes, he does take care of me. We are in Holy Week. And thank you so much. Another thing, thank you so much for being so kind on his channel. It means a lot and it gives him a little bolstering to do more. And this Resurrection Tide series that we've got, he's so good at this. So thank you for, tomorrow's is going to be really nice. And, it's going to go on for 2 or 3 more days. So anyway, that's what I'm going to tell you. Now, I want to work, I'm working into something. So bear with me here. Bear with me. I'm working into a little something. A little something, something. You guys are going to like it because it's kind of sort of conspiracy, maybe, but I'm going to tell you because I know most of you like to know these things, and I'm going to tell you how to always figure out when, because I don't call it Easter, and I'm going to explain to you why. I'm going to explain to you how to figure out which is Resurrection Sunday, Passover, Pentecost. I'm going to give you how to figure out that timing, and it's very, very easy. Okay. It gives you the timing in the book of Leviticus. It's in the Old Testament, and it's all about giving of the law. Okay. Isn't it amazing? They even talked about Jesus in the Old Testament. I love it. But I know that you're all here for some good conspiracy. I love it. So here we are. Orthodox Easter is next Sunday. Thank you so much. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I love that hallelujah song. I every now and then it'll just come on, and I'm here for it. All right. So here is how, where am I? Here is how to figure this out. I know I had another slice of paper. Where is it now? Right here in my hand. Hello. All right. This is how you figure it out. I want to make sure I tell you correctly. What you do is the day after the spring equinox, you count 13 days. No matter when the spring equinox is, you count 13 days. That is the beginning of Passover. This year, spring equinox was March the 20th. So 13 days after that, it was Passover. I believe that started April 1. And then from there, the day after that, you figure Pentecost is the 50 days. So you go from Passover to Pentecost. You start that the day after Holy Sunday, or the Easter, if you want to call it that, Resurrection Sunday. You do 50 days after that, and that is your Pentecost, which is, I believe, May 23rd this year. It tells us how to do that in the book of Leviticus. It never fails. You can always figure that's how you do it. Now, what do the 50 days mean? 50 days to Pentecost. 50 days is Jubilee. 50 days is the number of freedom. It's that number represents release, freedom, and the 50th year, the Jubilee of every 50 years, everyone would forgive everyone else's debt. Isn't that amazing? It's like freedom. You start over. That's in Leviticus in the book of chapter 25, if you want to look in that. And it also involves releasing of slaves and restoring property back to people and releasing the debt. That was every 50 years. And back then, hello, people lived as long as my husband, so who cared, right? You were going to be around at least 10 times to get that taken care of. So, that's the one thing. That's the one thing that I wanted to tell you about. Now, I'm going to tell you why I do not call it Easter. And it kind of goes back. Come back with me, and I'm going to tell you why. So, it was a translation and a mistranslation. And first of all, you've always heard me call the first 5 books of the Bible the Septuagint. That's the Greek being translated into English. The Pentateuch is the Hebrew being translated into English. So there's kind of 2 or 3 things there going, okay? So that's it. Now, what happened in the year 1520? 1520, that's right. And you know what? I looked, and here I have the Mr. Got Me, the 1611 edition of the Bible. So I've been referencing that today. But Easter was mistranslated. Whitsun, that's right. Whitsun or Whitsun Day, that's right. So Easter was mistranslated in the King James Version, because that's the only version was back there, by a man by the name of William Tyndale. You may have heard of the Tyndale Bible. Well, William Tyndale was one who took a lot of this and translated it. But Easter, in the book of Acts, chapter 12, verse 4, when they were talking about Peter being put into prison, was a mistranslation, and William Tyndale admitted to it. It should be Pascha, Pascha, and that translates to Passover. So, Passover is mentioned 28 times in the Bible, except for Acts chapter 12, which is Easter. Now, William Tyndale said he initially did this on purpose. He did it on purpose. He intentionally used Easter, which is wrong, for Passover because he thought that the English text was more relatable and more familiar, and he did not understand that that is a translation that comes from something else that means a pagan holiday, which is fertility, love, and war. Hello, William. So, some do call it Passover instead of Easter. That is correct. So, what happened then? So, some of the English then changed it later on in the Bible when they would do their printing. And they changed it to Passover in 1530. That's a long time ago. And he changed it, William Tyndale changed it in 1530 for the Pentateuch. So what is a Pentateuch? Well, like I said, it's the first 5 books of the Bible that is translated, and that is Genesis through Deuteronomy, translated from Hebrew to English. I know there's lots of words. You don't have to really know them, but it gives you an idea what it is. So Tyndale, guess what happened to him? October 6th of 1536. He was found guilty and convicted of heresy because they said that he wasn't supposed to be translating the Bible into English. And so they strangled him and burned him at the stake. And his last words before he passed away was, "Lord, open the eyes of the King of England," is what he said. Hear, hear, I say that now. All right. So he said, "Open the King of England's eyes," is exactly what he said. So that is why that is translated. It's a mistranslated. Now, I'm going to tell you from all this study, and you know that's my gig. I do not believe that God likes the rolling around of Easter eggs and a little bunny hopping because that's all fertility and it turns back to the goddess of fertility called Ishtar. And that's where that came from. Now, there's some other things. In the 1700s, when the Germans came over to the United States, for a thing for Lent was that you gave up eggs. You gave up eggs. And you didn't eat them. So that's one of the reasons they say that eggs are really important during Lent. And they would actually color the eggs because they were so happy when Lent was over, then they would be able to eat the eggs. Okay. But I, for one, and to each his own, love the idea of not bringing in the Easter bunny, talking about, quick as a bunny hopping around fertility during during the highest sacred holidays. So there you go. So I wanted to share all of that with you. That is all about. Now, if you go and start Googling Ishtar and all that, you're going to say, oh no, it is never, but there is reference to several of the fertility type goddesses, including Venus. So the fact that it was not correct and William Tinsdale did it for whatever reason, guess what? Misled so many people, but I don't think that he, Okay. So that judgment is up to God. We'll let that be. I do believe that the whole pagan Easter egg rolling now listen, I'll eat candy. Get me some candy on Sunday. I'll eat it. No, right? Hello. But they've commercialized it just like they've done Christmas. So I wanted to share that because, see, that's something that I hold close to my heart. But I want to read you something so funny in this 1611 Bible that when I was reading it to the mister, we were laughing. If you can imagine him laughing, Mr. Stoicism, he was actually laughing very hard. If you can imagine. And if you want to see, this is the first page of the 1611 Bible. Look at that. Oops. Up. There we are. That I just think is so cool. I love this sort of thing. Yeah, give me a Reese's peanut butter egg. I won't argue. All right, let me and no, I'm not supposed to have candy. I can't have the sugar. It really messes with my throat. There you go, D Hunter. There you go. The Catholics. Oh, yeah, you blessed Catholics, you. Listen, I'm Protestant. We're the beer drinking Catholics. So don't feel bad. Oh, my gosh. I said that one time to a pastor, and I think if he could have commissioned me to the hot place, it would have happened. All right, let me turn a light on because the writing in this is so small. I got to read you this. Okay. Now, this is the biblical, it is the bibliographical introduction into the Bible, the earlier translation of 1380, between 1380 and 1582. That might be older than my husband. All right, so here we are. This is what the first part of this says, and it just is cracking me up. Listen, I go to Catholic church and I blend in with just about everybody because I'm lighting candles. I'm doing it. Look, I'm there to worship and do my own thing. So we do what we need to do. All right, I've got to read you this. You're going to love this. mainly, no doubt, because of the predominance of French as the language of the educated people in England. Isn't that funny? I'm going to say that again, mainly, no doubt, because of the predominance of French as the language of the educated people in England from the time of the Norman conquest until the middle of the 14th century, the Bible as a whole remained translated into English until the last years of the life of Wycliffe. Bottom line is, even in the introduction in 13 something or other, somebody's thinking that they're a little bit better than the other ones. The English of the educated people were French. Whoop-de-doo. C'est la vie, c'est la guerre. So there we go. Now I'm going to read you one more thing. I'm going to read you one more thing that I just think is my favorite verse in the Bible. Favorite. So there, excuse-moi, that's correct. Je ne te parle pas. This is my favorite verse in the Bible. Y'all can write it down. Y'all can write it down. It is Acts chapter, no, it's not. It's in the book of John. What am I saying? I was going to read and I went past that. It is in the book of John, St. John, if you want to say that. It is in the last chapter of the book of St. John. And then we'll get on to some other stuff. I know you're going to love it. Because remember, the Acts come right after the four Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. And I'm going to read this because this really will make you stop and think about things. It really makes you stop and think. Maybe if I can get to it, it'll make you stop and think. Hello. Oh, listen, I'm real and I laugh. And I don't believe in being so hoity-toity. Come on now. Right? So here we are. I'm going to read this to you. It is from the book of St. John, the last chapter, which is 21, verse 25. We're going to listen to this very carefully. It says, "And there are also many other things which Jesus did, the which if they would," boy, this English in here. Oh yeah, I'm uneducated. Okay, let me start over. 21, verse 25. "And there are also many other things which Jesus did, the which if they would be written every one, I suppose that even the world itself could not contain the books that should be written." Amen. Now, I'm going to tell you something. What that really means is in the book of St. John is that Jesus did so much more that was even written. He is saying it is so much that probably the world itself couldn't contain the books that would contain all the miracles and everything that Jesus did. I love that. I love that. Now, I'm going to tell you what that means. That means probably when Jesus was rolling down the road, he was going, oh, okay, that's healed. That's healed. Oh, you need more abundance? Okay. Are you hungry? There you are. Do you need, oh, you've got a severe limp. Let's cure that. Here's a miracle for you. There's a miracle for you. Oh, did I forget somebody? Well, there's a miracle for you. That's kind of, I mean, it's kind of funny, but that's how I feel about it. So there we are. Let me get this light and there we go. Now, so is the pulpit for today for Zelda. Let me get a drink and then I'm going to take you somewhere else. So I just wanted to kind of give you a little bit of background. Now we're getting ready to go somewhere else. And this is very interesting. And it kind of holds true with a few other little things that we've had on the agenda lately. So there we are. So now I got a little something for you. Got a little something for you. Wait till you hear this. And I am going to take these, hold on. I am going to take these comments off the page because I want you to see what I'm putting down. All right. Get ready. I think you're going to like this. Are you ready? Yeah, you're ready. You're going to get into it in a minute. Look where we're going. Kind of gives you that Indiana Jones mummy feel, doesn't it? There's some significance here, my darlings. This is Egyptian. This is called Egyptian desert music. Walk like an Egyptian. Okay, so let's put the fireplace back on. Gotta put the fireplace back on. There's a reason I'm coming here, my darlings. Now, one of you asked about the Ethiopian Bible. I don't know about the Ethiopian. I just wanted to share what was in the King James. I can look into the Ethiopian Bible. I don't have anything against it. So there we go. There we go. Listen, I love that, Ravens. Listen, I told the mister today, listen, I like this music, but I'm afraid to start. If I got everything going, it may not stop. So there we go. Now, I made this especially for tonight. Well, thank you, Claudia. I am certainly willing to check it out. Definitely willing. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. I like that music. I just think it's great. All right. Now, I'm going to talk to you tonight. Yeah, the King James is my favorite too. And I'm just going to tell you why the King James is my favorite. Because first of all, there are mistranslations in there, and we've seen that tonight. There are some. Can't help it. There's going to be mistranslations in every one that we have. I just feel that the studying that I've done since 1994, I believe, is the closest to the manuscripts that I've ever seen. And I like to stay close to the manuscripts. I do know that there are many mistranslations out there, and sometimes you have to be careful because some of those translations are done on purpose. All right, here we are. Thank you. I know all of you said you love my nails. Amazon is my friend. Glue press. Thank you. Done. I don't have to sit in front of a table and not, whatever. Okay. The reason we flew over here to Egypt tonight, first of all, is I want to tell you something that I feel, and I have said that before. There are hieroglyphics in the pyramids that date back before the reign of Egypt. I believe that the pyramids and the Sphinx were built before the Egyptians ever got there. I just started really studying in 1994. That's why I was saying. In 1994 is where I started studying. As you can see, I go back into the manuscripts, which are way older. Okay. So now, there has been a prophecy This prophecy you may have heard of. It was from, thank you so much. It was from 2008 and 2012. They like to call it prophecy. My jury is still out on it, but I'm going to bring it to you because I thought, what the heck? So 2008, 2012, a gentleman from North Carolina by the name of Chris Bledsoe, Dr. Chris Bledsoe, Dr. That's neither here nor there either. Still don't know about that. I believe that there was knowledge that was brought to the Egyptian reign before the Egyptians really even got there. That's another show. We'll talk about that another time. But let's Chris Bledsoe said back in 2008, 2012 that this mystical spiritual lady appeared to him and pretty much said, no, not the Nephilim, I don't believe, and said that when missiles were going back and forth between Iran and Israel on Easter Sunday, which is tomorrow, April 5th of 2026. Now, this was 2008 and 2012, that there would be orbs that would come out of the ocean and that would be a great awakening, and it would stop what was going on. Now, I do know that this administration has paid attention to this. That isn't the North Star. That is supposed to be Regulus, which is a star that is associated with the timing of Leo. Now, here's the thing, couple of things here. Supposedly, allegedly, under the Sphinx right paw is a chamber that goes down. In fact, I have been researching that supposedly, allegedly, there is a second Sphinx that is buried close by this Sphinx. And it is underground. Now, here's the thing. People have been wanting to get down there and find it. And under the right paw of this Sphinx is supposed to be archives of Atlantis and information that tells us who we are, where we are, all that other. Yeah, we're not going to go there, Jane, but you're right. Now, here's when I was really deep diving into this. Here's what I was thinking. I've seen something like this before. What could it be? Well, here it is, my darlings. This happens to be the logo for Space Force. Our fifth, you might as well say, branch. Now, I don't think there's anything of coincidence. When I saw that, I'm like, holy mackerel, why would they choose that star and why would they use the Sphinx? Because I'm going to say this. I believe that a lot that has to do with humanity, the answers are here. Not only that, some people in the know wanted to do an archaeological dig. Interestingly enough, they started doing it, and the Egyptian government stopped them, walled it off, won't let it happen. Why? What are they gatekeeping? What are they gatekeeping? So there's some things under there that I believe There is expressed knowledge. Why is the question? Why won't they let anyone who is credentialed, not, hey, can we come and look and chip something off? No. So I'm going to tell you this now. I'm going to take you to another. Hold on to your little Egyptian pyramids, because we're going to go in another section right here. Yeah, I'm going to show you this again. I'm going to show you the Space Force little badge here again. You see, there's the world, and there is an Egyptian. I would say that is the Sphinx. And I don't know about you, but that movie, The Mummy, with Brandon Fraser, I can watch that just to watch the beginning of that movie. Okay, so anyway, that's it in a nutshell. Now, yeah, this is Space Force, my darlings. This is Space Force. Now, I got to tell you something else. All of a sudden, because all of a sudden there's all of this stuff about aliens and, we're going to be this and it's going to be that and blah, 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 da, 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 whatever. And, I studied at the Edgar Cayce Foundation and learned all about that part where Edgar Cayce said that there was going to be a chamber that was found under the Sphinx, and it was. Pardon me. So now, there was an interview from Benny Johnson to Vice President J.D. Vance. Now, we're not getting political here. I'm stating what was said and what was facts. Forget about political parties. I don't care. So here's the deal, my darlings. Benny Johnson said that, well, he was interviewing and wanted to know what J.D. Vance thought about aliens. And J.D. Vance says, I don't know. I don't know if they're demons or not. That right there, my darlings, that right there, I want you to know. I want you to know something. This should prove to each and every one of us what happens. And that is when someone doesn't understand something, they think it's evil, they think it's demonic, and they think it's wrong. Why? Oh, I don't know. Could it possibly be that they don't want to do what it takes to figure things out or research it? See, that's what I've always said. That's what I've always said. Now, I got a little something I want to tell you. Are you ready? Wait, let me get my other Bible. Let me get my other Bible. Here we go. And because this is going to be kind of fun. So I want you to know this. In the book of Ezekiel, if I can find it. If I can find it today. Didn't know you were going to come here for all this, did you? I'm exercising your brains a little bit. And then I will say you can be released to go eat your Easter candy. There you go. There you go. Where are you, Ezekiel? Where are you? I don't like to be flipping pages because people say that bothers me. All right. Whatever you want to say. A lot of this stuff is based on truth that they come up with. I swear I've got to get a magnifying glass. Because even in the book of Job, there's in chapter 30, I'm sorry, chapter 38, verse 1, it says, Then the Lord answered Job out of the whirlwind. Well, you know what a whirlwind is, my darlings. There we go. There we go. Hold on. Let me get to Ezekiel. Then I'm going to read you something I think you all are going to be yes, Zelda. Zelda should have marked this out, but I just thought of it. So pardon me. We're almost there. I'm very careful with this book because I've had it for a while and the pages are very delicate. Today, I swear it's going to be, you guys are going to really like this. I know you will. We're almost there, and it's going to be worth the wait. Okay, Karen, bless you. Listen, I know a lot of you that are here really think it's a lot of, wait, I'm going to give you a little traveling music. Why not? I'm going to give you a little music here while I'm finding my space. Here we go. Makes me wish I had one of those little ting things, right? I'm here. I'm just being very careful because this book, these pages are so thin. And I certainly don't want to be ripping through here like nobody's business. I am in the book of Ezekiel, the first chapter of the prophet Ezekiel. Now, you're going to love this. And it's talking about, okay, now it comes to pass in the 30th year, in the 4th month, and the 5th day. We're going to kind of skip over this, but he was in Chebar, that the heavens were opened, and I saw visions of God. Now, when Ezekiel wrote that in the manuscripts, it basically says, but see, Ezekiel did see, he did see this, and God allows it. Ezekiel saw God. And here in Ezekiel chapter 1, it says this. The word of the Lord came expressly unto Ezekiel the priest, the son of Buzi, and the land of Chaldeans by the river of Chebar, and the hand of the Lord was there upon him. Now, anytime in the Bible, when you see Lord in capital letters, that means God, Lord God, and then finger symbols, thank you. And then when there's just a capital L, that is our Lord Jesus. That gives you the little distinction there. So if you're reading it, you'll know, oh yeah, that's our Lord God. Oh no. All right, so here we are. And I looked, and behold, now this is Ezekiel talking. I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud, and fire enfolding itself, and a brightness was about it, and out of the midst thereof, of the color of amber, out of the midst of the fire. That color amber in the Greek. There really is no translation for that word in the Hebrew or in the Greek. That really means highly polished bronze. So this whirlwind was a vehicle that Ezekiel saw. Now, J.D. Vance, I have a little bone to peck with you, and to pick with you, peck or pick, because it can be a delivery. It can be God incarnate. It can be God coming to deliver a message. Who are we to judge? So just because we do not understand does not mean that it is demonic, evil, nothing. Now here comes part, whatever, 3 or 4. I wanted to read that for you. I'm not going to go on. Y'all can look at yourself. We'll talk about this at another time. He is a peck. I love you, a bushel and a peck. All right, here we are. I'm going to tell you what I really think. Pardon me. I think some of this UFO stuff, now listen, the general and these other people, they are coming up missing for reasons, and it's not any UFOs flying around or doing whatever. It's because there are certain entities on Earth, entities meaning people, countries, internationals, whatever, I believe, in my opinion, that do not want anybody to know anything else, and they are concerned that if they testify in front of any type of congressional committee, that they're going to start talking, and they don't want it. They don't want it. Oh, I'd love to see that Bible, Dolores. It could be in Hebrew, it could be in Greek, it could be in Chaldee. We don't know. Now, here's what I need. Here's what I want you to tell me. Thank you, my darlings. I believe, and I'm going to lay it here on the table, in my opinion. I believe that for a very long time, they have wanted to bring forward an alien invasion. Now, I'm going to tell you what, with all this CGI, AI, and all these other things, it can definitely happen. These things look real. And I'm also going to pause here for a second. I do not want any of you to be afraid of AI. It will not become self-aware unless it is taught to. I sometimes use AI as a research tool. Well, it's better than going to the library, but I have to stay on it. And if you would hear me talking to my AI and saying, hold on a minute, pal, I thought you were supposed to be smarter than me, you would probably laugh yourself sick. My son laughs because I do that. But here's the thing. Don't be afraid of AI, because AI takes humans to understand it. Here is an example. Here's an example. Okay, so here's the example. If you talk to AI about any type of thing like physics, science, religion, anything, as long as AI has been fed that book, whatever document, whatever periodical, it knows. But if you go to, and I did this as a little experiment because I wanted to talk to you about it. So I went into AI and I said, who did this to Nancy Guthrie? And you know what AI told me? I don't know. The investigation isn't over yet. I don't know. That right there should tell you that AI is not smarter than us. It's only been fed what has already been known. Now, come back here. Come back here. Come back to the land. Come back to the land of Egypt. I believe this whole thing has been planned even back before JFK. I believe that they've been wanting an alien invasion for so long. Why would they want that? Well, a one world order might be the one thing. So they want you to fear. Honestly, I can't tell you. I don't have proof if there's aliens or not. The only thing that I know is that I did not like that movie Signs, and you won't catch me at a birthday party thinking that there's aliens around, because that freaked me out. Now, do I know that there are things that probably fly around? Yes. Yes. But you see, there are higher governments, excuse me, my producer wants to come in. Come on, sister. There are higher governments than ours that are the rule makers that, in my opinion, put things together, and they want a one world order. Why? These are the people that are not taught that there's an end game. Most of us here have read the back of the book. We know what happens. But if you ask some of these people, they think that when you pass away, you don't go to the upper room. You just don't go anywhere. They may have a big thing coming. They may have a big shock coming. Now, I will tell you, reptilians, in my opinion, are different than aliens. And you're going to love this one. Pardon me. Because you see this person here. It's tickle time. This is my Sammy. Look at her. Meaner than the... Sammy is a mean girl. She's mama's mean girl. Hello, everyone. Okay. The New World Order. Amen. This is my Sam Miami, the girl of the mister. Hello, cat. So let me share this. She's mommy's girl. Because, I have to share it. Do not believe everything that you see and nothing really of what you hear. And maybe even don't believe half of what you hear and nothing of what you see. Don't fear. Don't fear. You make your own economy. And if you want to know the truth, in my opinion, I believe that this president is holding things back. And that's why there's been so much pushback. I watch this kind of thing. There were a couple of other presidents that did this too. And I think that JFK, I believe that he met his maker for reasons for this. I remember when computers first came out. My mother was still alive then. It was probably about 1986-ish. I wanted to buy my daughter a computer for school. Nobody had them, but I wanted to get her. What did we do? We played Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? And we played a couple other games and she didn't even use it. We didn't even know. We had floppy disks. But I remember my mother saying, oh my God, a computer. Do we even really want this in the house? Oh my God. What's the world coming to? Have any of you ever seen the movie Desk Set from 1954 with Spencer Tracy and Katharine Hepburn? I'd better write that down so I don't forget. Katharine Hepburn? But that's okay, John. It's not about our president said he didn't go to heaven or not. That's not up to us. And it's not that I don't care, but that's between him and the good Lord above. And many people say that. They don't know if they're going to go because that is an older generation than some of us. But here's the thing. Do you remember the IBM computer and desk set? That thing took almost up a whole room, a floor plan. And now we have a computer in our phones and even smaller than that. That's my point. People were scared to death of that. And now all you hear, I hear people in their life, oh my gosh, AI, don't you use that. It's dangerous. It's going to be this. It's going to be that. Well, I'm sorry. You better turn your TV off then, because the majority of things that are on your TV are AI, CGI, and all of that. And if you want to be left behind, then I'm sorry to say, right? Don't be left behind. 1957. Thank you so much. I was thinking of the other movie that I was talking about. Women's World was 1954. Thank you so much, Joy. I appreciate you. So I'm just going to tell you, get ready. Here's what I believe. I believe in time travel. I do believe in UFOs. I believe in Bigfoot. I believe in skinwalkers. I believe in ghosts. I believe in spirits. I believe in demons. I believe that each one of us have immortal DNA inside of each one of us. I believe in witches. I believe in warlocks. I believe in the Yeti. I believe in a bunch of other things. And if we sit here and start, and I'm not going to say that, listen, have a healthy attitude toward everything. No limitations. Know your limitations. And know that AI has its limits. The majority of the games that are out now, people, they're AI. What are you going to do? You can't sit under your desk. You can't fall away just because people, no, witches are not Wiccan. Okay, so maybe depends on your definition. But just because you don't understand it, and because some people misuse it, there are lawyers who write briefs. There are people who use it professionally who shouldn't, because that makes mistakes. Why? Because it ain't human. Do you remember when everybody said, oh my God, Walmart, they have self-checkout. Oh my gosh, your groceries self-checkout. It's going to be horrible. Well, I don't know about you, but when I go to the store, and I don't go to Walmart, I'd rather take a beating, pardon me. But if I go to the grocery, I don't do self-checkout. First of all, I have to load up those groceries and bring them home. And that person who is there wants to earn their paycheck, and they are a cashier for a reason. So we're going to keep them in business. When you use the self-checkout, you're putting the cashier out of business. If you refuse to do it, then they're not going to be there anymore. Ha ha! Wow. So there you are, my darlings. We've got so much in this world that we just don't even know Now is not the time to be hothouse lilies. Now is not the time to faint and fall away, because there may come a time where you might want to be, and all these people say, oh my God, it's going to be the end of the world. It's the end of the world. It's been the end of the world since 1948. Where have all of you been? We're falling into prophecy very quickly and very well, but everybody wants to hang on. Yes, but in the Bible it says there will be wars and rumors of wars. But keep reading, because after that it says there will be wars and rumors of wars, but the end has not come yet. The end will come in a time of peace when nobody's looking for it. But if you hear anything about alien invasions and all this other crap, I don't believe it. Now, do I believe some of these scientists know? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I believe in cryptids. I can go down the list, but I don't know if you heard what I said, but I do believe that each one of us have immortal DNA. Let's remember that Moses lived until he was what, 900? Isaiah, Rebecca, didn't Rebecca Sarah, not Rebecca, Sarah get pregnant when she was how old? Oh, dear God in heaven. Bless her. So there's a lot of things, my darlings. Listen, if you look, I do enough digging and everything else. I don't care if I'm a millionaire. I'm going to penny pinch and I'm going to coupon cut, because that's just the way it is. I feel it's a complete victory to know that I've saved 3.8 cents on something. That's the way it is. Well, here's the thing. You activate the immortal DNA by living cleanly and by living in, let's talk about my husband, but he is veil born. That's a whole different thing. So paranormal is real. And this is exactly why I got into well, first of all, I grew up in the paranormal field. And then there were so much that was happening. Then in 1994, when my mother passed away, and there was so much that was associated with her passing away, and like a phone call and all this other stuff, I thought, you know what, there's more to this than what we're told than meets the eye. When you go to a pastor, and I've done this many, many times, no shade on the pastors, they're only taught what they're taught. But when you go to a pastor and you say, I want to know when's the millennium? Is it after or before? And they can't answer you, you got a problem. And that pastor has a bigger problem. If you don't mind, Sam is in the room smacking her water bowl around, and you know what that means. I'll be right back. I don't know if you can hear her or not. I'll be right back, my darlings. I'll be right back. Sammy, what her doing? Hello, I missed you. Okay. So you know what this means, my darlings? First of all, Sammy doesn't meow. I don't know why. Her meower has just never worked. She chirps. It's a that's her. That's Sammy. How do I spell Veilborn? As in veil, Veilborn, and I am a Veldran, Veldran. So she chirps, she stomps. Since the mister, that girl. So you know what this means, my darlings? I'm going to tell you what this means. Time to get educated. Time to start doing, because in this book right here, it says, study to show yourselves approved. Approved by who? Well, the one that matters. That's what's going to get you by if the time ever comes that things aren't going so good, that you know what to look out for instead of being falling around. Hello. That's the whole thing. Because I don't know if you know this or not. Have you noticed that people, if you say something, people freak out? They do what they call this crash out, and they just get scared and they just get stop. Fear builds on fear. Fear causes anxiety. There's no reason if you know truth. Now, I'm going to tell you this. When I was working for the Psychic Friends Network back, Dionne Warwick. Oh, hello there, my darlings. Hi there. Thank you, my darling. You're so sweet. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. When I was working for the Psychic Friends Network, let me turn this light off. Thank you. Psychic Friends Network. Back in the day, I had the opportunity to go to one of the pyramids and spend 2 nights there in the pyramid. Oh, I happened to have been married to a commander in the Navy at that time, and I was not allowed to go. That's okay. I've learned more since then, so that's okay. I went down to the Edgar Cayce Foundation and started studying there. Now, there are not everything that I agree with there at the Edgar Cayce Foundation. There's not everything that I agree with. Here's the thing. You've got to do with what your inside spirit. Remember, the spirit is the intellect of the soul. You've got to do what's right. You've got to do what's right. And you have to be to the point where you can embrace new things. Your spirit will allow you, it's called spiritual discernment. You will know if it's right or if it's not. I don't read everything that's out there because I want to know what's behind it and what they came up with. Do you remember that book? It came out in the 90s. It was talking to your angels and all this other and and it just went viral. This book just went, and this author just went crazy. I didn't get it. And the reason being is because I knew that the word says we're not supposed to be doing that. That's angel worshiping. We're not supposed to be doing that. And the word, it says the angels have the face of God. It's not that they look like him, but what it means is they have his attention. So the closer we get to him, that says it in Zechariah, the closer he gets to us. And if we need him, the angels have him, they have him on the bat line, man. They've got him on the phone. Hello, God. Zelda needs something down here. When did the long life end for us and why? Well, first of all, it's how we live. It's how we live. You know, you have to think about the time when Jesus around. They walked everywhere. They didn't smoke. They, those who drank it was vinegar, bottom line. And so there's a lot of things that have been that, they don't have they didn't have a lot of stress back then. They didn't enter into marriages that they weren't supposed to. They ate a lot better. They didn't have to pull over to. Could you see Jesus pulling over to drive through today? My husband won't eat drive through food. I don't think he's ever ate at anything like that because there's no reason to. He's living a while. There will be a time that he expires. That's going to be his deal. But the thing too is, the longer that we go on and we abuse ourselves in this system, because we don't walk anywhere. We don't go anywhere. Bar few tavern girls, right? Come on, sister, get up here. Sam, what are we doing? Coming on? Yes. So there we go. Okay. So here we go, my darling. So yeah, here's the order. You talk to God in Jesus' name, and the angels are there to watch over and guide us. That's it. That's how it works. And I'm also going to tell you a little something too. Let me go through here. Take a minute. Take a minute, my darlings. How's this? Take a minute. Thank you, my darling, for being here, and thank you for your generosity. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Miss D. Hunter, happy Easter to you too, my darling. Thank you, thank you. Here we go. Claudia, please sing me happy birthday. It's my birthday today, 49. I was originally born on Good Friday. Well, look what good it did us to have you come here. Get ready. Here we are. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Claudia. Happy birthday to you and many more. There you go, my darling. Happy birthday. Thank you so much for being here and spending it with us. Wow, that's a gift for us that you're doing that. Stephanie, thank you, my darling. Look how beautiful she is. Became a new member. We have some new members too. Look at this. Dar, hello, my darling. Thank you so much. Sonia, my darling. Thank you. Look at that little heart. I love it. Sonia became a member of both channels. Kat, gifted. Bless you. What a blessing. Kat Randall is. I have to adjust here. Army Nurse, hello again, my darling. Has become a member again. I believe she was before. Stephanie, thank you, darling, for being here. And my darling Ruby, thank you so much for the generosity. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my gosh, Jane. That is so cute. Oh my gosh. I love it. Kat, I often ask, are we all at the same planet we call Earth? Here's mind blown, and thank you so much. Here's a mind blowing. I do believe we may be in a parallel universe. If you want to know the truth, I believe in parallel universe and time travel more than I do reincarnation. And I'll tell you why in a minute. Jamie, thank you. Oh my goodness. Bless you, my darling. Look, oh, you guys are so wonderful. And look at this. Susan, my darling, thank you so much for the super sticker. Appreciate you. And Carrie has been with us 5 months now. Bless you. Bless you. Let me tell you this. I can't tell you how many times that I've heard people say, I had a past life regression. Really good. What did it tell you? Well, I was this and I was that, and I was this and I was that. Oh, really? How do you know? See, here's the thing. Question everything. Someone tried to tell me one time that, and it was so off. So off. And you have to be careful because who are you dealing with and what are you seeing? Some of us may have some recall, and that's okay. But sometimes I think we get too stuck on what we were instead of stuck on where we are. Why? Because where we are right now is what's forming us for the future. Sorry, I hit that. So what? The question is why? So you have to be really, really careful. Because you have to decide where this is coming from. I believe in time travel like there's no tomorrow. I believe in med beds. I believe in a lot of things like that. And I think the older that you get and the more that you see, the idea is we are supposed to be watchmen. Watch, study. If you're doing something and you see something and you say, you know what, why? As an example, William Tinsdale in 1520 mistranslated the word Easter in the book of Acts. Why? Why did he do that? Well, this and this and this. Okay, why? Well, what happened to William Tinsdale? Well, in 1536 or whenever it was, he was convicted of heresy and executed. Why? Well, what happened then? Well, he said his last words. That's where you've got to get this in your brains. Figure it out. Why? Why? How come? That's right. Boy, this girl. I heard that you said that. There you go. I have Ingersoll Lockwood. I have the whole entire thing. And let me tell you this. Trump's grandfather, I believe, was friends with Nikola Tesla. And I believe that there are some documents floating out there somewhere about time travel. Do I believe it? Yeah, I do. Hold on just a minute. Hi there. Hello, Zelda. I've been watching and I just love you. I thank you. I love you back. Thank you for all your knowledge, talking about bringing God into your discussion. Thank you so much. I think it's really important, because I can tell you there's not a day that goes by that I don't have somebody that's in and especially the psychics, if you're watching, especially those who tell me that I'm going to go to the hot place because I'm reading cards. Tell me, when was the last time you put birthday candles on a cake? What does that mean? Oh my goodness, we have some payments here and I don't want to miss any of you. Give me a second. Everybody is kung fu fighting. Da, 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 da. That cat was fat. Oh, Jerry sent me a message. See, I turned my phone down And she's right. She's right. Jerry, my beautiful mod, she's right. There's my Venmo. Thank you. And you guys have been digging out a lot. Anyhow, here we go. Barbara, bless you. Thank you so much for your generosity. Jody, thank you very much. Sharon, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. And thank you very much, my darling Captain Jerry. And there's one over here. Let me thank this lovely person. Maybe. Diana, thank you, my darling. Thank you for the Cash App. You guys are so wonderful. See, I'm sitting here talking, la, 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 but I won't let you go. I won't let you go. My mom is always, I know, honey. You know, my mother is from the 1950s, graduated in high school in 1954. Asking why was not something that you did. I did. I got in trouble for it constantly, but here we sit. That's right. Right? Joy, Back to the Future. I love that. And you know, the other day I talked about this. I want to just talk to you about this for just a second. When I mentioned that movie in that video that I made about Nancy Guthrie the other day, Women's World, okay? It was made in 1954. In that, Lauren Bacall mentions the name Tommaso. Now, I want you to know, Tommaso to me is not, just a minute, bless you. Tommaso to me is not, it is not a popular name. I mean, I know it's a name, but I don't think it's, for me, it may be for everybody else, but it may be, whatever. It does. The front of the book looks like Baron Trump. It sure does. So, well, we're going to sing to you in a minute here, Babs, my darling. The other thing is that Fred McMurray asks Lauren Bacall, what brought you here? And she says, why, paraphrasing now, why do people come back to those they love? And why do murderers come back to the scene of a crime? My jaw dropped. And I want to talk to you about synchronicity, because that is synchronicity. Now, I'm going to blow your mind for a minute, and I'm just going to say this. Think about this. Think about this. Back in 1954, I wasn't on this planet. My mother just graduated high school. Back in 1954, Tommaso hadn't been born, and there wasn't a crime committed to Nancy Guthrie because she was in her teens, probably high school as well. Think about synchronicity when you think about all this time and what attracted me to that movie, because normally I wouldn't watch it, but think about who or what knew in 1954 that here today I would watch that movie about a crime that was not about, but referenced things about a crime that was committed in Arizona in 2026. Does that blow your mind a little bit? Does that blow? It does me. It does me. Oh my gosh, you are our future. Oz True Crime Armchair Strategist. I love that name. Happy Resurrection Sunday to you, my darling. Wow. Well, what is the symbolism of it's a pagan thing? And it doesn't hurt anything. But to me, if you're, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. If you're going to get after me for reading cards, perhaps you need to be looking in your own little backyard to figure out what you're doing to point the finger. Because when you point the finger, how many do you have pointing back at you? Yeah, I think so. I think so. I agree there, my darling Jane. I agree. I agree. But that, when I saw that, I was like, oh, I can't wait to tell you all. There we are, Babs, the sticker. There's no way that you are that age, my darling. Thank you so much for your generosity and generosity. While I have you, let's sing happy birthday to Babs. Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Babs. Happy birthday to you and many more. Very good, my darling. May you enjoy Tuesday. I will gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today, right? Hello. Bless you, my darling. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I need to give some balloons to these lovely people. I keep forgetting that I've got this thanks to my mister. Look at this. And we're celebrating your birthdays. There, that's the one there for Claudia, and this is the one for Babs. There we are, my darlings. And that is good. All right. So, don't you love this? I love it. I love it. So, let me see. What else? I was going to tell you something else. So, I know that listen, I never want to overload your donkey, right? I just never want to give you too much to think about. Tonight might have been a little bit, but I just want to kind of catch you up with things. But it's, we're A-okay. It's all about life. It's all about life. Somebody asked me what I look like with my hair down. Should I take my hair down? Because this thing kind of is hurting my head. Here we go. There we are. There we are, my darlings. Hair down. It's like here we are. So imagine how noisy it would be in here if we could hear everyone chatting, right, Jody? I got to tell you this. Do you know that we have about approximately 72,000 thoughts per day? 72,000. That's some thinking. But you have to think about stinking thinking. Yes, I do take care of my own hair. Thank you. I do my own hair. I don't go anywhere. I won't let anybody touch my hair. Here we go, my darling. Desert chakra. Okay, so ancient aliens, it is. We have a lot to be grateful for. Time we are living. If you think about real history, we actually have it pretty good now, despite what people say. I got to tell you this. One of the reasons that I'm looking so forward to going to Vale Keep is because the history books there don't match the history that we've been told. And that's the idea of rescuing these books. Now, when I was talking on his channel the other night about, I'll show you the library. I'll show you the library. Give me a second. We'll come back to Egypt in a second here. This is the library at Vale Keep. This library at Vale Keep is crumbling. It's very fragile. And especially this up in here, these around in here. This room used to be a chapel. And I'm going to tell you, I reimagined it because it doesn't look this good. There are things that are starting to fall away here. I am too afraid to go up here. I will send the mister up into here. But some of these books have not been opened since you put them on the shelf. Some of them are in languages that he doesn't even know. Most of them are in German, English, French, Italian, in which he speaks all of those languages fluently. But that basically is that is something. That is something. Believe me. That is something. Give me a second. Claudia, my darling, thank you very much for wisdom and time. Thank you for, you're welcome, Claudia. Thank you. Thank you very much. Give me a second here. Barbara, if I didn't thank you, my darling. And Laura, oh my goodness, thank you, my darling. Thank you, thank you. I'm going to tell you something. Don't be blushing, my sweetheart. Look at this. Love the hair. Great. Thank you. Now I'm going to ask you something. Because this is, first of all, I'm going to start eating my hair. I love the smell of old books too, but I think some of the smell of these old books may just be mold. I'm very concerned about that. I'm not going to be able to read them all. First of all, they need to be either translated or something. And that I'm going to have somebody in there. Translator bitte is basically what I keep saying to him. Translator bitte, which means translator, please. Oh, wait a minute. Was this what was what, my darling, recent? This was from this past Thursday, about a week ago, and then nothing. I missed up. Oh, I don't know. Let me know what you're talking about, and we'll catch you up. Please, there's no way I can use a humidifier in there. First of all, there's no electric. There's no electric. A dehumidifier would not. This place is so big. It is huge. So it's like 40,000 square feet. So there's no way. But thank you. Vale Keep is in Central Europe. Text on Project Gutenberg. That is such a wonderful. He's got books in there. There's a map that I love. I'm going to show you the map. I've got a map. Where's the map? There's the map. 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 You know that one. Jamie, thank you. Who owned Vale Keep and how did you guys start exploring it? I didn't know the background. My husband owns Vale Keep. It was his family home that he has been a steward of for many long years. And there was a family member, I guess, female family member, when they were in Croatia, when my husband's family was in Croatia, there was a female family member who inherited it from her husband's, whatever, they all passed away. And then my husband's family went there. Yeah. That's the gist that I get. Okay. Yeah, there's the most of the light comes strategically from the windows, from candles, and from fireplaces. So in that big library that I just showed you, there's 2 big fireplaces on either end. So there's the ventilation was not thought about back then. Oh, hi. Oh my goodness. Jody, I'm Portuguese, Welsh, Italian, and French. Bless you, my darling. That's a combination. I love it. most all of our history is a lie. It's been rewritten by a lot of places. See, my darling desire, I am too. I have to be very careful. Yes, it does have running water. Yes, it does have a lot of it does have a lot of amenities. There are parts that does have electric. Uh but there's I mean, can you imagine putting that in there? There's just no way. So there we go. Med beds. In fact, I know somebody that's going to a med bed. So that's going to be awesome. Mothballs. I am sorry to hear that too. How dare you, my darling. Sending lots of love to you. Does Lord Gregor use solar no, nothing like that. Even they're doing the renovations and they don't have big equipment or modern equipment in there. It's just not set up for that. Yep, scare tactic, all that. So there we are. There was something I was going to tell you. Oh, yes, come closely. Come close. Come close. I am sending blessings to each and every one of you. And I want you to grab onto this now. I want you to know that the universe is more than capable of giving you more than you could ever imagine. And I can't wait to see how quickly it does. And I want you to say each and everything like that. I want you to understand this is why I want you to say this. Thank you for giving me more than I could ever imagine. And I'm excited about how fast you're showing me you do it. I did that at last fall, and I did it in January. And my darlings, I can't even tell you. Things, opportunity coming out of the woodwork, I just cannot even tell you. I just cannot even tell you. Say that, and you will not be disappointed. And get ready. Don't say it in disbelief or nothing's going to happen. But when you say, I am so excited for today because I know I'm going to get better than what I could ever imagine. And the universe is going to show me how quickly it can happen. That's what it's all about. Each and every one of you, abundance, health, wealth in all areas, happiness, longevity, and good tidings to each and every one. Amen to that. Med beds are the wave of the future. Yeah. Yeah, they sure are. Jamie says, oh, it's so cool. I would love to go to a historic site home just to see how things were done. I love learning European history. His is a continental home. It's not high British Downton Abbey. Not at all. But there are things that you need to know. And that's a learning curve for me, but that's okay because, I'm an American. So it's okay. I'm definitely there, but I am the sworn chronicler, which is the archivist now. So it's important for me, and you should see the journals. You think I write on the big book of Bull? Well, these aren't big books of Bull. These are chronicling everything from the attire to where you eat, what you eat, how you eat. Do you eat in the library? No, you don't. Do you do this? Do you do that? Things you got to learn. Now I understand why you both live in separate places. Well, my darling, let me tell you this. We decided right from the beginning to live in separate places before we even knew what was going on with Vale Keep. And when he decided to get into the renovations part of it, I want you to think on the tubes of view, there are so many where you see these chalets, people going in and they're buying even boats. They're buying chalets. They're buying castles, even Enya. My girl Enya bought this rickety, rundown castle in Ireland. She fixed it up. I think she put maybe 1 or 2 million into it. She has 12 cats. She writes her music. She's there, and this new movie, Dracula Love Tale from 2025, bolstered her up another few million. She's never been married, and she lives happily ever after in her little castle. But if you watch any of these things, you'll see these castles are. That's why you can pick them up for a song. If you look on the internet, you can get a castle in Europe for sometimes 250,000. Seriously. 250,000, but you better have deep pockets, and that is the conversation that he and I had, because it's no longer a full working keep. There's no reason it will be. None. It's not going to go back. He doesn't have a full staff. There's no reason. So we've made other plans. And you can catch that on his channel. So anyway, there we are. What is a medical bed? Well, it's kind of the one thing that I will tell you is it's kind of like it looks kind of like a cross between a CAT scan and a suntan bed. And seriously, you go in there and it's a healing bed. A medical bed is where it targets what do you have wrong. It can do everything to from your teeth to healing your eyes to I mean, it's just all over. See, people are worried about AI, but they're not thinking about the med beds, because there's going to be a lot of the medical force that may be out. But you know what? A lot of the now the doctors that I deal with, holistic doctors and so forth, it's a different thing. But if you pay attention, see, that's another thing. Someone asked, why don't we live that long? Because we don't pay attention to the food laws. The food laws that were written in Leviticus. Yeah, but Zelda, that's Old Testament. Well, the animals and the fish and so on and so forth haven't changed from the Old Testament to the New. What is the worst thing you can eat? Pork. Pork. Then shellfish. I don't eat pork, and I don't eat shellfish. And praise the Lord, to this day, I'm not on any medication. I'm not on anything. The only thing that I take every now and then is an ibuprofen, and I wear 1.25 glasses when I read because I'm reading so much. It's almost too much of a thing. But yes, it will regrow limbs and organs and so on and so forth. Absolutely. I know people that do them, and they are something else because it just regenerates your body, is really what it is. Medication will be the thing of the past. Big pharma will be the thing of the past. Well, I don't know if it's kosher. I guess you can say I'm not kosher as far as cooking or anything else like that. But if it has pork in it, I won't eat it. I'm going to tell you why. Some medical friends of mine who have been in the medical field, look who's here. It's my darling Kevy Kev. Wait a minute. Where are you, my darling? I'm navigating. I'm navigating here. Give me a second. I need to give a little clap here for me. Thank you, my darling. How are you? Person going. So kind. You can find him. He has his own channel. We talk about a lot of things. He also is on JFK Show Off. We have a good time. We go over there and dance. Love it. We love it. But you don't eat the pork, and I'm going to tell you why. Because maggots are attracted to your body when there's pork. And there was uh, and I want you to know that pork and shellfish are the vacuum of the earth. They eat carcasses that have been unalived for a long time. And when I started reading a lot about that, and I started to, oh, no, no, no. My mother had one bad oyster and it killed her. One oyster. And you know what her doctor told us? That's why God makes the food laws. And if more people would pay attention to them, a lot of people would not have diseases like they do because they're the cleanup crew. The Bible says in the food laws in chapter 11, the book of Leviticus, are the food laws. We're not supposed to eat a lot of those things that we eat. I don't eat any of it. I don't. And not some the last time I had shrimp, I was sick for 3 days. Nope. Nope. No. That's just me though. You got to do what you got to do. We have a guide in what we're supposed to eat. But the chickens the way their beaks are, so you have to, there's it gives you what animals to do. Pork and lobster, here we are. Pork and lobster are the cleanup crew. Yes, any shellfish really, crab, shrimp, lobster. And it's because, first of all, I'll tell you why pork isn't. Pork is, they do not have sweat glands. A pig or pork does not have sweat glands. So they cannot eliminate toxins out of their body. Doesn't matter if they're grass fed or farm raised or whatever. If you don't have a sweat gland, you ain't gonna get rid of the toxins. But the shellfish don't have skeletons. And they have that, what they call the mud vein. I don't eat catfish either. I won't eat a catfish. Those things are nasty. Swine, they're scavengers. It's absolutely, tuna is okay. Don't eat oysters, don't eat clams, nothing. Nothing. But and that was in 1994, and when that doctor told us that, God has food laws for a reason. Well, yes, salmon does, but a lot of things do. And you got to make sure you get a good quality salmon. If you don't, you don't. They're bottom feeders. That's right, Kevy. Bottom feeders. That's right. My doctor said that. That's correct. My doctor said that. And to this day, I don't eat it. And thank God I'm not on any medication or anything. So, do I eat clean? No. No. Could I eat better? Yes. But I don't eat that stuff. I can't do it. If I eat pork now or shellfish, I get sick. I get sick. And when you abstain from a lot of that, you get sick. So, you know, so we've abused our bodies. That's why we don't live a long time. Most are farm raised now, but you know what? That doesn't change the physiology of a shellfish or a swine. Sugar is my problem now. Thank you, Claudia. So, my darlings, we've been on here. Let me see. I don't want to forget anybody because you guys have been so kind to me this evening. I think I got everybody. I think I did. Jennifer, Claudia, Jody, Barbara, Laura, pardon me, Diana. Thank you to each and every one of you. Pork is full of parasites. You're absolutely correct. Well, you know what? It just started, and I'm going to tell you what I do believe. I'll tell you what I believe. I believe it's God's way of saying, cut the sugar out. You won't do it yourself. You ask for help, so this is it. You want to suffer, eat sugar. And I can't do the milkshakes, and I can't do and listen, Dairy Queen, Cotton Cunny, or Cotton Candy blizzards are out now. I suffer. I suffer if I eat it. I suffer. Stephanie, my darling, thank you so much for your generosity. Bless you. Bless you, my darling. Oh my gosh, this reminds me, Dragonfly. There was a British show. I don't know if I can even find it anymore. I can't eat chocolate either. Anything like that. No dairy. I can't eat the milk. I have to drink either canned milk, which tells me that there's something wrong with the milk products now. Now, I make my own butter and do all that, and that's okay. But just milk, I can't do it. It closes my throat. And I know it's an enzyme in there, and I get really, ugh. So, anyway, my darlings, there used to be a show in the UK called You Are What You Eat. And the announcer would come on and it would just crack me up every time, and he would say, "Oh, there she goes. Look at Jane eating 15 bags of crisps in one day, weighing in at a whopping 20 stone." I just thought I would just howl, and I can't find that show anymore. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I don't know. But I can tell you what, I had some of my good coffee today, and that was from sweet Aunt BB, who sent me these 2 canisters. Woof. I loved it. I'll tell you what, I thought I would be the same way with my Pepsi, and I can't drink it anymore. If I drink any type of Coke, Pepsi, anything like that, the sugar. So if I drink a diet, then I'm up all night. It affects me that way, and I'm constantly 3 or 4 times a night. So, water is my friend, and so is unsweet tea. Now, because of the mister, I'm drinking tea constantly. Constantly tea. I'm a teetotaler. So there we are, my darlings. I think we covered so much tonight. Bless you. Bless you, my darlings. And, well, I don't drink much of that stuff. I can't. I want to be here for a while. I don't want to have you guys watching my reruns. Because that'll be on here. My son will not take it off. So you can just come on here and, someday when I go up to the, whatever. Now, listen. Would I love to go to Egypt and see all this? I think we need to play this Egyptian music one more time. Don't you? I think we need to. Because I love this. And I love making these I made this background. I love making this stuff, and I love doing all of this for you because, well, that's the entertainer in me. That's what I've got. Here comes the Egyptian music. And our little finger cymbals out. There you go. I need a scarf to put over me. Ting, ting. There you are, my darling. You know what? We have fun here, don't we? That's what it's all about. We just have to have fun. We get serious, and yes, we are serious, and yes, we talk about things, but we have fun. And if you'll do me a favor, please do me this favor. Please click the like button, put your DNA on the like button, and bump the subscribe. I do need finger symbols. If I had them, I would never sit down. I'd be clinging all the time. Do that favor and do me this, my darlings. What can we put in? Put a purple heart for resurrection. Had me dancing like a snake over here. Good. Listen, I wish I could play the music like JFK plays it because I would be rocking. I'd be rocking. So now listen, here's what I want to ask you. And thank you, Kevy Kev. Keep putting your purple hearts in there for Resurrection Sunday. You know, there's time that I'm just tempted in the wee hours of the morn to come on here and live and just talk about things that I'm thinking about. Now, I'm not going to show you, I'm not going to have my camera out. I may just have my little avatar and we be looking and doing our thing, but I would be here talking. So you never know when you may see Zelda's live stream pop up out of the blue, and see, thank you. Look at all of you, my darlings, look at all of you. Hey, I'm going to see if I can put some in there too. I'm not going to be left out. There we go. It'll only let me do one at a time. There we are. Putting them in there with you guys. I want to thank each and every one of you for being here. It just means so much to me. I wish you a joyous and happy resurrection tide. And I hope that you are in such a good place for this coming week. Let this be your renewal. Let this be your new beginning. I don't know if this is going to happen tomorrow or not, but be watchmen. It's supposed to. And by the way, one thing I did not get to share with you, and I think it's significant. April 5th of 33, of the year 33, Christ was crucified. And he was 33 years old. April 5th of 33. And Christ was 33 years old. Synchronicity. So what does it mean? It just means that we need to be awake and we need to be thinking instead of scared. We need to be looking. And remember, there's no such thing as coincidence. See this? See this? The Space Force logo. And now what they're saying is from 2008, 2012, that the star was going to be over the Sphinx. And when the missiles were flying back and forth from Iran to Israel, we were going to be, orbs were going to come up. I don't know. Will it happen? I don't know. Yeah, I've got a lot of stuff on the Space Force logo, my darling. I've done a lot of research on that. I don't know. But I'm going to be watching. And I'm not going to get scared if anything happens. So if they say, be a watchman, if they say there's an alien invasion, where, why, how, what? Start asking questions. Don't fall away like a little hothouse lily. Willie or Lily. There you go. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. I did not have my beauty section last week of the show. No, remember last week it was like, hello, welcome to beauty and paranormal. Somebody did ask me when I started looking into the paranormal. I was really sort of kind of build or born into it because my grandmother was a reader, and boy, oh boy, she was something else. Something else. Just keep watch, my darlings. Just keep watch. So hang out. Say goodbye to everyone. I love it. I may just play this music as we go out. And thank you so much. So here is the outro. So good to be here with you. Stay tuned. Oh, by the way, I want to give you something to think about before we go. Do you remember the guy that had the island? And I want you to think about this in regard to the Nancy Guthrie case. The guy that had the island, don't put him in the comments, please. The guy that had the island that I said was probably related to Nancy Guthrie. In 2018, when he first started coming aware of what he did, do you know that he bought 380 gallons of sulfuric acid? Ask yourself why. Ask yourself why. We'll talk about that more, my darlings. We'll talk about that more. Thank you so much for being here. And I will see you again next time. Bye for now. They'll tell you the facts are clear, but the truth always flickers between the lines. In every shadow, there's a secret that refuses to stay buried. Clues hide in symbols, and sometimes even fate won't show its hand. Voices echo not just from the living, but from the silence they leave behind. I'm Lady Zelda. This is Seeing Crime, where what's hidden doesn't stay hidden for long. Until next time, keep watching. You know, my darling, if you saw my videos for the last 3 weeks, I've been saying that exact thing, only in crypto. Try not to be worried, try not to hold on to problems that upset you. Oh, don't you know everything's all right? Yes, everything's fine. And it's cool and the ointment's sweet. Put the fire in your head asleep. I'm waiting till people jump in. Oh, no, we all to relax, nothing tonight. I'll relax. And relax. And relax. Think of nothing tonight.